That feeling, that realization, that need to escape, even just for a while. It comes to us all. We're not far away, but far enough. Far enough to forget, far enough to remember. To let your spirit run free.
I feel so good today. Been lucky. What a lovely day. Woke up on a vibe, y'all. Got a brand new thing. Guess I'll go my way. My shoes got sold. Got a strut in my walk now. Got a pocket full of sun. Won't say it won't go down.
Yeah, let's do it.
This place is the past and the future, both at the same time. A place for life lived unstructured, unhurried, and unsurpassed, where the switched on come to switch off. From downtown to downhill in minutes, a place that provides analog pleasures for the digital generation. We're far from ordinary, but not far from you.
You there, won't you? Coming closer, 'cause I want you near. Lean in, won't you? Come on over, 'cause you're all welcome here. If only we could all get together. All the better off we all could be. So won't you come by, won't you? Be a stranger, 'cause you are a friend to me. These days get a little better with a little company. If only we could all get together. Only we could all have company. Only we could all get together. All the better off we all could be.
Nowhere close by comes near to what we have. nowhere so quickly adjusts its rhythm to your beat. It's a place to feel alive and rejuvenated. But most of all, to feel that you belong. This is Vancouver's North Shore. There's nowhere better natured.
Welcome to Wildeye Brewing. My name's Michael. I'm the brewmaster.
And I'm Scott. I'm one of Michael's assistants here.
And today we're going to be talking about this wonderful brewery and what makes us different than everyone else. So Wildeye was founded in just over a year ago in July of 2019. In that time period, we have produced over 1 million liters of beer. And we're also looking into making as many wide varieties as possible so that whatever your palate is, that we are trying to make a fantastic beer of that style for you. So we're going to be trying a few different, just a small smattering of what you're going to be trying today with us. But in addition to that, we have Belgian beers. We've got lagers that are Czech-based. We've got just regular German lagers. We try to go across the board, making sure that whoever you are, you'll love us. So, right on.
And with us being based here in the North Shore, we try and take a lot of inspiration in the beautiful backyard that we have that is our North Shore mountains. So if you're a cyclist, if you're a snowboarder, if you're into the outdoors, hiking, anything like that, these beers go down great after one of those activities.
All right, so now we're gonna try our Hazy Pale Ale. Nowadays, everyone has to have a Hazy Pale Ale, and it's gotta be top notch. Otherwise, well, the people know that it's not that good if they try it, because it's a very powerful thing to have a good Hazy Pale Ale. Anyway, this is our Hazy Pale. We call it Cloud Bank because when you see a big cloud, you can't see through it. That's how thick our Hazy Pale is. This we brewed with a rather fun yeast. This is actually brewed with a new yeast called Kvike. It's a Norwegian yeast that really brings out a beautiful tropical characteristic. It's also a lot of fun to brew with because it ferments at a much warmer temperature without getting a lot of weird off flavors. Speaking of flavors, what do you think?
This beer here is quite tropical, as Michael mentioned. Now on the aroma, I find I get a little bit of a pineapple aroma as well as like a citra aroma as well from this beer.
We found that using 3 different hop varieties is very important at a minimum, really. And so this particular beer we're using Mosaic, which brings out a beautiful fruity characteristic. We're using Cashmere, which is beautiful citrus and tropical. And the third one, what was the third one? Amarillo. Amarillo is just another beautiful citrusy kind of a hop. So also, yeah, loads of pineapple. A little bit of grapefruit pith I get, but then right on the finish, it's just boom, clear, clean, and you can't wait to get another sip in you. So that's what I think a good explosive Hazy Pale Ale should do. Just be refreshing and bright, and that's what this is. So, cheers. Okay, so next up, we're going to be trying our West Coast IPA. So West Coast IPAs fell out of fashion a little bit when hazies took over because everyone loved the juicy characteristic of juicy IPAs. But West Coast are starting to see a little bit of people are realizing that they are an important beer to have. But one thing I wanted to do when I made this beer is to have a different sort of a profile with it. I wanted to keep the heart of what makes a West Coast IPA, and that's that beautiful pine and that beautiful bitterness that's in there. But I wanted to also bring out more tropical characteristics and really go into our North Shore mountains here and tie it into that, and that therefore we've called it Into the Trees. Into the Trees. This we're actually using spruce infused hops in here to get a beautiful pine-like characteristic, And on top of that, we brewed it again with that Norwegian yeast. That Norwegian yeast was something that wasn't being used with West Coast IPAs when they were being really popular. So we really wanted to bring out something new and something characterful. And some of the beautiful characteristics that come out in this beer, I find, are well, I'll actually pass that over to you. What do you think? You've come up with some really good tasting notes for this one.
I find this beer that you really do get that essential pine scent from it, and the pine taste that you find, well, if you were to go into the trees, and that's a lot of byproduct from the hops that you do get. And the beer itself, I find to be really good West Coast IPA, and leaves with a nice finish after you've had a nice mouthful there.
So, in addition to that, the Kvike yeast, this added a beautiful apricot sort of tropical note to it. So there's this beautiful fruit, there's this beautiful pine, and then a nice bitter finish that just goes with almost any kind of food you would want to have at a brewery. So, yeah, cheers. All right, lastly, part of our list here, we're going to be doing the Bumble Crumble. This Bumble Crumble is an oat IPA, or sorry, not an oat IPA. This is an oat sour. So instead of using wheat as a typical base for your sours that you'll have, we actually decided to keep a whole lot of oats in this beer to make a crumble-like flavor, as in like you're having a fruit pie, and but instead of a pie, a beautiful crumble. And to do that, we needed a ton of fruit, and we needed a beautiful lactobacillus strain that we make in-house. I've made that in the traditional German method, where you take grains, you soak it on the beer itself, you end up producing the lactobacillus that sours the beer, and then you bring it back up to a boil, and you treat it as a beer normal after that. So the Bumble Crumble, you want to talk about the fruit in this?
Yeah, so we put almost 700 liters of fruit into it, of fruit puree. The fruits that we put into it, we have blackberry, we have raspberry, and we had some blueberry that we added as well to add that filling to the so-called crumble that would go with the oats that were mentioned.
Yeah, so this guy right here, tons of blueberries, so much blueberries, it was sort of ridiculous. I don't know if we'd want to show you photos, but we've got photos of how messy it ended up being. We had blueberries, I think, a little bit on the ceiling.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
We drew straws to clean that tank.
Yeah, that wasn't fun, but we do it in the name of good beer, so, yeah. Yeah, so loads of fruit. You got that oaty, smooth flavor, and then on the finish, we added a little bit of molasses to mimic that brown sugar flavor without having this actual residual sugar, that it all gets fermented out, and you have this beautiful fruit beer.
Yeah, tastes like you're eating a bumbleberry pie.
Yeah, right on. Thanks for tasting our beers here with us. I hope you really enjoyed them. We sure enjoyed making them.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for our barrel program. We're going to have a lot of really cool barrels coming down the pipe. Our Instagram page, follow that. We will be keeping you informed on that.
We have 12 barrels going, and we're playing around with some different Brett strains in our barrels, as well as we've added some fruit to some of the stouts that we've put in there, and it'll make for an interesting mixture and something that will be delicious.
That's right. Lots of fun. Can't wait to see you guys come in here and try it with us. So right on. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Bridge Brewing, North Vancouver. Always pouring on the North Shore. My name is Landis, the production manager here, so I take care of figuring out what we're going to brew and procuring the raw ingredients. And my guy here.
My name is Mike. I'm the head brewer here at Bridge. I've been with Bridge for about 3.5 years, and kind of seen it grow from like a smaller location that opened in 2012 on Dollarton Highway to where we are today. Cool. So the first beer we have here is one of our Kolsch. So this guy here is a super clean, easy drinking beer. Kolsch style lager or Kolsch style ale is a lagered ale, so it really gives you that kind of clean, easy drinking taste. Okay. Cheers. Yeah, and this one, it's a nice balance between bitterness and sweetness from the hops and malts. And just like a nice, easy drinking beer.
Yeah, I think that's probably my favorite thing about this beer is it's just like, I don't know, it's so smooth and clean, but it also has enough to it that it's interesting enough. But at the same time, if you're not looking for a big, dark, dirty IPA or something, this is just a great place to maybe start your night or continue your night along.
So next up, we have our Side Cut Northeast IPA. So this one here is 7.3%. It's a little bit stronger than the Kolsch. This one, Northeast IPA, tends to be a little bit hazier. So as you can see from the appearance there, not the same clarity as the Kolsch. And this one here is a big hop aroma that comes through from whirlpool and dry hopping that gives you like a nice fruity kind of tropical aroma. Good.
Yeah, I just get like a ton of fruit notes from it, which is totally the purpose, but also just a back-end bitterness, which I appreciate as well. I think like this beer went away for us for a while. We brought it back sort of within the last year or so, and I'm so happy it's back because it's just like so much character to it. It's awesome beer.
Perfect. And the third beer we have for you is our Bourbon Blood Orange Wheat Ale. So this one is definitely one of our more popular ones as well. This guy here, it's at 5.5%, so nothing too strong. It has a nice kind of amber color. A lot of this color is imparted by the blood orange that we add middle fermentation. So you get, again, lots of fruit characteristic from the orange, and then like a bourbon like kind of aroma and taste afterwards as well.
Yeah, I think my favorite thing about this beer is it's got that acidity from the blood orange, but not so acidic that it's offensive. Maybe a bit of the bourbon cutting that. I don't know. But yeah, just like a bit of a weedy body and acidity. Really like that. Don't drink BBO enough.
It's a good one.
Too many good options.
I always come back to it. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. So I hope you enjoy the beers that we have for you here. You can always come down and visit us at the brewery for more one-off options. We always do limited releases and seasonals that'll come and go.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us is like obviously these beers you'll be able to find in a lot of spots, but to get the stuff that might not hit the store shelves, you got to come to the brewery and check it out because we're always doing sort of cool new things, Hefeweizens and different IPAs and Belgian beers and you name it. Mike can dream it up, we'll brew it. So come down and check them out.
Yeah. Cheers.
Crush, I can't quit. A southern comfort when you hit my lips. I fall off the wagon every time we kiss. Cause the only eyes playing hard to get. You're my partner in Crown Girl. With them innocent eyes, girl. It's harder to find it. Standing in line with my heart in my hands. You're my everything, girl. You're that thing I can't figure out. You're that heartache I'm breaking down. But when Friday night rolls around, you're my sweet little country soul. Fast like Langston when we're taking it slow. You're that song, you're that smile, you're my whole world. You're my everything, girl. When you come along, it's barnyard blues when you're gone. Bluegrass roots meets rock and roll, keep turning me on. You're my favorite mixtape, Guns N' Roses meets Casey Musgraves. You kick me out of bed and you kiss me goodnight. That girl, she got me guessing just what I like, my everything, girl. You're that thing I can't figure out. You're that heartache I'm drinking in. But when Friday night rolls around, you're my sweet little country soul. Fast like NASCAR when we're taking it slow. You're that song, you're that smile, you're my whole world. You're my everything, girl. She can sip a couple hay-alls, make a toast of champagne. She's my little hometown, yeah, she throws it. Spending all my money and she making it rain. You're my everything, girl. You're that thing I can't figure out. You're that heartache I'm drinking down. But when Friday night rolls around, you're my sweet little country soul. That's like NASCAR, sweetie, yeah, we're taking it slow. Singing that song, smiling that smile. You're my whole world. You're my everything, girl. You're my everything, girl.
Welcome to Sons of Vancouver. We're a little craft distillery down here on Crown Street in the district of North Vancouver, just a couple blocks off of the Second Narrows. We've been here for about 6 years. We're the most known for our amaretto and spicy chili vodka, but we have a couple other products we release throughout the year, most notably our April Fool's lineup. I'm going to be mixing a couple cocktails today, starting off with the Earl Grey Martini. We're going to start off by chilling the glass. We're just gonna let it sit there for a couple minutes. Then we're gonna build our cocktail, starting off with 2 ounces of Woods gin. This is a distillery that's about a block from here. A couple of great guys making Italian liqueurs in North Vancouver. Quarter ounce of our amaretto in there. 1 full ounce of lemon juice. I pre-squeeze this, I never use the real lemon brand. 3/4 of an ounce of Earl Grey tea and simple syrup. So this is a 50-50 mix of Earl Grey tea and simple syrup, just like the name states. And then the whites of 1 egg. If this is gonna go wrong, it's gonna happen right now. I don't like using the egg carton eggs, but it always tends to work out that the whites are about 1 ounce of egg white. I'm gonna add a little bit of the classic Angostura bitters in here. 2 dashes is enough. Give it a good shake. Now you can feel the meringue forming. It's almost like a toothpaste or a little bit of concrete inside the shaker tin. And then you'll know it's ready for ice. Probably there. Keeping scoop ice. Shake it again. Then we're going to strain it out. And the last thing that's going to come out here is all the airway. Spray of bitters on top. The Earl Grey Martini.
Hello, this is Kush from La Cerveceria Astilleros, a brand new brewery on the North Shore shipyards. We're actually standing on Esplanade right now, and our brewery is just down that way. Hoping to open our doors very shortly for you guys. Stay connected to our social channels to figure out the soft open date. A little bit about our brewery. It is a Mexican-style brewery embracing the rich, colorful, and vibrant Mexican culture, and we're hoping to bring that over to the North Shore and into your beer glasses. Our head brewer, Carlo Barocchio, has been making beer for over 20 years, and he's the one helping us bring the rich Mexican culture into your beer glasses. Our first flagship beer is the Salted Lime Lager, a fresh, crisp lager with a twist of lime and salt. The salt being used is from the UNESCO heritage site El Valle Solado in Spain. We strive to honor the authenticity of the Mexican culture by sourcing Mexican ingredients whenever possible. We can't wait to open our doors for you this fall. Enjoy.